And that's really the beauty of it. No one else has to know. On October 30th, Mars enters the sign of Scorpio, and this is indeed an upgrade for our warrior planet because we all know that Mars has a little bit of trouble asserting themselves in the sign of Libra, where we want to be nice, and those are wonderful skills to develop. I hope we all learned a thing or two about learning how to accommodate others and keep the peace and just not go around flipping everybody off. Sorry, Venus is in Sagittarius. I'm having fun with it. Anyways, Mars is now in Scorpio, and this is a space where venom is allowed, okay? Mars is at home, which means kick off the shoes, spray a bunch of venom. It's cool. And so this is actually where I think the sign of Scorpio gets most of its reputation for being a little feisty, because Mars is at home in Scorpio. And this is definitely a fierce placement, and it will be bringing the fierceness for us. So I think it was good. I think Libra season, as chaotic as it was with that Mercury retrograde, it was a chance to kind of just lean into the exhaustion of being mad about a bunch of things. But Mars and Scorpio, we're going to be bringing that ferociousness because, once again, eclipse season is right around the corner, and this Saturn-Uranus square is getting activated in a very major way. So this Mars and Scorpio alignment is going to bring that bite back that we need, that's going to help us to progress and to get forward. So there's something also that's very interesting that's happening at this time. So as Mars enters Scorpio, we're going to see both our malefic planets at home in their domicile. Meanwhile, we're going to see Jupiter in a Saturn-ruled sign, and soon Venus will join. So therefore, the malefics are very strong. That can, create contentions is what it sounds like. Malefic, we hear, oh, it's bad. Well, it's not always bad. Like, sometimes you have to fight to get what you want. And sometimes you have to really protect what is rightfully yours. And that's something that the malefic planets are really good at, is defending and protecting. So they're equipped to do that. Saturn and Aquarius. Saturn likes things like boundaries and walls. And here we're in an air sign, so we're seeing things like social distancing and things like that. But also just like cultural and societal norms of protection, And then also thinking about the group. So we're seeing people mobilize, especially like workers and the unions and things like that. And I predicted this back when I was giving a talk on Saturn and Aquarius back in late 2019. I thought about unions and spaces even like Uber, where there's like shared entities and shared products, I want to say. And so there's something about the need to protect the sanctity of the worker. And so, the desire to protect and to take caution and to push back where necessary is going to feel a little bit stronger, especially with all this Saturnian emphasis that's going to come in. It's like, we have to. There's no other way. There's a responsibility. There's a duty. And so I think that Mars in Scorpio is going to bring some necessary fangs, some necessary bloodshed. Not literally. Please don't take that literally. But, there has to be a time where the spears are pointed where they need to be. And so I think that Mars and Scorpio is going to help that. This is also going to be really good for anything Mars related. So anything that involves taking initiative. Now that Mercury is going direct, we're ready to kind of move forward again, and get it in now. If there's something like big and brave that you want to do, or, Scorpio, it's all about being stealth, It's like Mars and Scorpio doesn't want to tell the whole world what they have planned. You kind of just want to do it and then see everyone's reaction, or like see even if you get a reaction, because it might just be like, yeah, I just did this big brave thing. And then it's like, oh, like people don't really know how to respond to that. Scorpio kind of likes that. So there's something about stealth mode where we're planning an attack of some kind, whether it doesn't have to be confrontational. The attack can be something brave, something adventurous, taking a risk for your own self. But there's something stealth mode about it. Like we're a ninja, Mars in Scorpio has been compared to a ninja by a lot of astrologers. And that is something where we're just like, in the night, in the shadows, strategic. Not everyone has to know about it. Not everyone has to know when I'm going to strike. or just announce that I wrote a book. You know what I mean? Like there's something where it's private, it's for you. And Scorpio understands that things have more power when they aren't talked about. A really good example I can think about is when I was pregnant and I didn't want to share my baby name with people because I didn't want people's opinions. I wanted that time of specialness to really connect and really love every single thing about my child's name before anyone else did. It was private. It was just between me and my husband. And that was one of the most precious things. And I see that people do that too. Like if they're working on a project, there's also, Scorpio gets a lot of designation with the occult, and it's because there are certain things that have more power when they're not for everyone. So we can think about Mars and Scorpio of doing something really spectacular, and you're really qualified to do it. You're really qualified to be there, and you're just so invested and so passionate about it that you don't need other people's eyes or approvals or criticisms throwing any kind of dagger in the thing that you're cultivating. So there's something really powerful and potent and passionate about Mars and Scorpio that can really help us with our own personal projects. So use the energy wisely, and I hope it's really juicy for you. And, you can look forward to later in the month when I tell you more about Mars in an opposition to Uranus and how exciting that's going to be. But for now, stealth mode. And that was your Mars and Scorpio astrology shot of the day. Thank you so much for joining me today. For more astrology in your world, you can connect with me on all platforms at Astro Catherine, or visit me at my website where you can book your next reading, and I look forward to discussing your chart with you in more detail.